The osteoclast. There are 4 cell types found in bone. Each cell type performs a specific function. Osteoblasts are cells with a single nucleus that make or synthesize bone. Osteoclasts are cells that digest bone or break it down. Osteocytes are cells that maintain the bone matrix, and bone-lining cells cover surfaces of inactive bones. Today we are going to take a further look at osteoclasts. What is an osteoclast? Osteoclast is made up of the 2 Greek words meaning bone and broken. Osteoclasts are multinucleated cells. They have 15 to 20 nuclei, and they are responsible for bone reabsorption. The more nuclei allows for more bone reabsorption. They are larger than your average cell, and they have developed an efficient machinery for dissolving bone and degrading the bone matrix rich in collagen fibers. Osteoclasts are active for approximately 12 days and then they die. The structure of an osteoclast. An osteoclast contains a basolateral membrane. The basolateral membrane, as seen here, is the fraction of the plasma membrane at the basolateral side of the cell which faces the adjacent cells and the underlying connective tissue. It also contains a secretory domain, as seen here, a series of vesicles that aid the secretion of hydrochloric acid from the osteoclast to the bone surface to break down the bone matrix. The osteoclasts also have a sealing zone. This sealing zone is the attachment of the osteoclast plasma membrane to the underlying bone. They are bound by belts of specialized adhesion structures called podosomes. The osteoclast also has a ruffled border. The cell membrane closest to the bone tissue is ruffled, which increases the surface area for secretion of digestive enzymes and absorption of digested bone tissue. The osteoprotein is a secretive adhesive found in many extracellular matrix proteins that acts as a glue to attach the osteoclast to the bone. The osteoclast has many nuclei. These nuclei contain the cell's DNA and determine the cell's characteristics. The function of an osteoclast. Osteoclasts are the only cells capable of reabsorbing mineralized bones, dentine and cartilage. Bone reabsorption is necessary for many skeletal processes. It's an obligatory event during bone growth, tooth eruption and fracture healing. Osteoclasts take up or absorb the bone debris and further break it down inside the cell. The collagen is broken down into amino acids, basic protein structures, which are recycled to build other proteins, while the calcium and phosphate are released to be used elsewhere in the body. Osteoclasts act in close contact with bone-forming osteoblasts to model the skeleton during embryogenesis, which is the formation of the embryo, and to remodel it during later life. Bone is the main site of calcium storage in the body. Calcium is needed for many vital processes in the body, including blood clotting, muscle contraction, and nervous transmission. When the calcium levels in the blood get critically low, osteoclasts are stimulated to increase their workloads, thus reabsorbing bone and calcium at a faster rate. If the osteoclasts, the bone breakers, work quicker than the osteoblasts, the bone builders, this leads to brittle bones, therefore put people at a risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Formation of an osteoclast. The formation of an osteoclast. Osteoclasts are derived from the same stem cells that make blood cells. In your bone marrow, hemopoietic stem cells are constantly dividing. When a hemopoietic stem cell divides into 2 cells, one remains a hemopoietic stem cell. The other cell can become either myeloid or lymphoid stem cells. The myeloid stem cells can become several types of blood cells. If it becomes a monocyte, it will become either a macrophage or an osteoclast. To become an osteoclast, several monocytes fuse together and become a multinucleated cell, which develops a ruffled border and many lysosomes in order to degrade the bone matrix. The location in the cell of an osteoclast. Osteoclasts come from the bone marrow. They are usually found within the spongy bone. They are found on the surface of the bone mineral matrix next to the dissolving bone, as seen in the picture here. There are many There are various types of organelles located in an osteoclast. Mitochondria are numerous. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, which stores and creates energy, which is very important for an osteoclast as it needs energy to move across the bone mineral matrix to digest it. Lysosomes are also contained in an osteoclast. Lysosomes contain digestive enzymes that digest excess or worn out organelles or cells, dirt or debris, or macrophages, viruses, or bacteria that may cause damage within the cell. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis, which is also very important within the osteoclast. Endoplasmic reticulum folds protein molecules into sacs and then transports synthesized proteins into vesicles to the Golgi. This is very important in the osteoclasts as they process the amino acids derived from the collagen breakdown. The Golgi processes and bundles the macromolecules like proteins as they are synthesized within the cell for exportation. An osteoclast also has a unique cytoskeleton composition. It has a unique structure that polarizes cells' reabsorptive machinery to the bone at the bone-cell interface, where it creates an isolated reabsorptive microenvironment consisting of an active ring surrounding a ruffle border. We thank you for watching today, and we hope our video has given you an insight into the unique cell that is an osteoclast.